What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Married at First Sight edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
We're here. We're doing it. Fourth pod this week.
Oof.
Fourth pod. Going strong. I just had myself a throat coat tea. I don't know.
You did?
Yeah, I went behind your back.
Why?
Made myself a tea.
Are you feeling sick?
No, I think I'm just feeling a little tired. And not even pod-related tiredness, just the week.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, the week's been wild. I had some OJ.
You had some orange juice. Mm-hmm. Really? Is that good for the throat?
With my coffee. I don't know.
All right. Oh, wait. You mixed it together?
No, OG.
Oh, no, OJ.
Oh, I had a cup of coffee with milk, and I was like, maybe I'll have a little bit of OJ.
Okay.
But when I drink OJ, I just put a little bit in the glass to just satisfy my taste buds.
2 a.m. beverages for you over there. A little orange juice and coffee. Mm-hmm. Look at that. And it's not even morning time.
No.
What are you guys drinking? Call in. Let us know. This is now a beverage podcast. Yeah, fourth pod this week. Here we go. Married at First Sight, season 14, episode 2.
Oof.
Whew. It's a lot going on. This episode, not as strong as episode 1, I'd say.
I think they stretch it a lot.
It's a little too stretched.
I feel like at the beginning, some of the earlier seasons, it was like weddings, boom. And the next time they maybe did a little bit of it and it was vacation, boom. Mm-hmm. So this one, it's like weddings, but we're still not done.
We're not done. We got 2 weddings this week.
Yes.
2 weddings, no funerals. Shout out to that.
I almost feel like they started with the craziest one.
Well, they got to hook you.
Yeah, the one that seems like it's going well, but it's crazy. And they're going to end it with the one that's going to be like the drama we all are waiting for based on the previews.
You think that's Alyssa and Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, they're editing it like she's running from the altar.
No. I thought the edits showed after the altar when they have the little talk.
Got it.
I think it looked like that's where she got pissed over something.
When hasn't she been pissed over something?
I know.
We've only known her for an episode and a half, basically.
And I feel like her stories are not consistent.
Tell me what you mean.
So I might be totally wrong, guys, but I don't think I am. On the previous episode, right? She was saying, oh, I never liked the farm or anything, but now I'm into it. I ride horses. I love the country life, right? Mm-hmm. On this episode, she says, I've always loved the farm. I've always loved that. I've always loved country. So it's like, you said you didn't. You said you got into it.
Yeah, she's a flip-flopper. She's a complainer. She wants to.
Is. I don't think I would want to be friends with her.
It's too early to judge. Who knows? She could turn out to be wonderful.
Listen, I love what she does with the animals. That's awesome, right?
Yeah.
So like 2 thumbs up. But her personality so far, who buys 10 wedding dresses?
Well, we'll get
Let's
to
just
that.
talk about it.
Well,
Let's just talk about it.
I mean, someone who doesn't have faith, I think.
10? Listen, gowns are huge. Where do we even put 10 wedding dresses to begin with?
That's too many. And I don't even know if it's against the rules. I don't know what the rules are of Married at First Sight, but I thought you'd go to this wedding dress shop and you try 3 on. Apparently you have to try 3 on this show and you pick the third. I thought those were the rules. I don't know.
Seems
you could
like
have 10 in the trunk of your car.
I don't know. Well, I'm saying let's just get into this.
Okay. Before we do, if you guys want to follow us on social media, please do at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. You guys know it. We got the memes there. We got our updates there, our news there. You can message us there. So please follow us at Married to Reality Pod.
Yeah, message us, comment. We always respond. If we don't, message us again.
No, we'll get to it.
No, we'll get to it. We love talking to you guys, and we appreciate all the love and support. So
absolutely.
Keep doing it.
So follow us on Instagram. Make sure you guys are following us wherever you're listening to the podcast. So easy to do. Look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's super hot.
Okay. All right. That's it.
That's it. You know what? I have how much hotness is actually happening? I'm smashing this button, or you guys are smashing this button 4 times a week.
Well, that's true. Well, no, just once. Don't smash it again. Once you've smashed it, don't smash it again.
Oh, no, but I'm saying like
you'll unfollow us.
You guys don't smash it more than once, but I keep smashing it 4 times a week with my sayings.
Okay,
right?
I got it. There was
I
hotness.
ran out of hotness.
There was hot. I mean, Katina was looking hot. Jasmina was looking hot.
Yeah, Katina was looking hot.
There was some hotness this episode you could have gone with,
well, yeah,
but you got lazy.
Like,
you got lazy.
Come on.
You know what our #1 bestseller in our merch store is?
Smash It Like It's Hot
Smash It Like It's Hot
Damn
t-shirt.
it.
And we're going to see sales drop off if you keep that up.
All right. Let me do it.
Okay.
Guys.
Oh, now
you go.
Maybe I want to do a Smash It Like It's Hot.
No. You set it up.
Okay, guys. Make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening. So easy to do. Just look down and smash that follow button.
Yeah, guys. Smash it like it's Steven's brother's yellow hair hot.
No. I gave you a chance to redeem yourself, and that's what you do?
I kind of like the yellow hair.
That's what you come back with?
It's a vibe.
Okay. So make sure you guys are following the podcast. And yeah, don't smash it every time we tell you to, because then you're going to unfollow us and you'll follow us again. Maybe it's a little confusing.
Just
smash
make
it
sure,
once.
Guys, smash it once. And if you're unsure, just make sure you smashed it.
Yeah, you can check. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, press that plus sign button.
You're trying so hard
to
make it into a saying.
There's no follow button on Apple Podcasts
but you
anymore.
always get so sneaky. You always get like, guys, smash that.
Press that plus sign button.
Press that plus sign.
Yeah, I don't want you to hear because I feel like I'm stepping on your toes.
He wants to get a shirt with his saying.
Yeah, it doesn't translate as well to a shirt, I don't think. But
what
definitely press the plus sign. Last but not least, if you haven't left a review, it would be amazing if you could. We ask you every time, but we mean it. And especially if you follow on Apple Podcasts, that really helps the ratings and the rankings. But also, if you're on Spotify, now you can leave a rating too. So please do that. I know a bunch of you guys are doing that. So please keep it up. It makes a big difference in this podcast.
5 stars.
5 stars. If you like the podcast, why not?
Yeah.
5 stars.
Why not?
Okay. Enough of that. Let's get into it. Let's talk about episode 2 of this shit show.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, for sure.
I'm waiting for the drama. You know what? My favorite part about these beginnings is always once they get married and they walk off the altar and they get to talk, because that's how they can kind of figure out like, all right, is this gonna work? Is this gonna be like what's going on?
And you always want to hear their first impression of the other person.
Yes.
And that's when you get he's pretty hot. Oh, she's beautiful. Yeah.
Also, I want to hear their jobs, but we actually know that already.
We know them already.
So
we learn other things. We start with Jasmina and Michael.
Do you remember, did I say they will make it or they will? I think I said they will make it.
Ooh.
I wish I could take it back because I don't think they will make it.
Well, that's the point of putting it out there in the beginning before we're throwing it out there.
I know.
Going on a hunch.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, we're not experts here. We're not experts. We're just going out on a hunch. I think we did say maybe.
Listen, I think I can be an expert. I tried matching 2 people who I think would be perfect for each other. And the dude never messaged the girl.
Ooh.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
2 of our friends. And I think based on their personalities and everything, age, height, everything, I think they would hit it off.
Maybe. I've never matched anyone. But yeah, we'd have the same success rate, if not better than these experts. Let's remind you it's 30%. So I don't even understand how it's 30%. You think it'd be like 50-50 shot this is going to work. It's like, no.
Well, that's the idea, that you go into this thinking it's 50-50. I mean, all these people are
going
very
hoping
hopeful.
it's 100.
Yeah, but let's be realistic, people.
Realistic.
50-50. So, I mean, 30% is not that far off.
It's pretty terrible. It's actually atrocious.
Listen, you get followers on Instagram.
I know, but I don't want people coming on this show for that. I want them coming on for love.
Yes, but I meant if the love doesn't work out.
I know, but that's the issue. I think a lot of people are going into this with that mindset. Worst case, I can promote some feminine products on Instagram. I can promote a weight loss tea on Instagram. It's like, no, go in here and say there's only one outcome, and it's love.
For sure. And I think most of these people are there
I know.
for love.
I think so.
I think on every season, most people just want to meet the one person, as we all do. Listen, when I was in my 20s, I was like, ugh, I can't wait, I don't need anyone. But deep down, you do want someone. You do want the one special person, right? And that's how I ended up on Tinder. And that's how we're here.
Yes, where all great marriages begin. Tinder.
Listen, we know some people who met on Tinder.
Almost everyone I know who met on Tinder married from their Tinder match.
A good friend of mine met her husband on Tinder.
I know. Our friend.
Yeah.
When we went to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about another way people meet, which is married at first sight. And Jasmina and Michael, they're the first couple to get married this episode. Michael's first line is, "It's like a roller coaster ride I'm waiting to get on." And this may be the first roller coaster Michael's tall enough to get on.
What do you mean?
This is a short guy.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to give him 5'6".
That's how tall I am.
That's a short guy. I think the average guy is 5'8", maybe.
I mean, it depends on the doctor I go to. One doctor told me I'm 5'5", and one said I'm 5'6".
I think the biggest scam when it comes to height is the DMV, because they don't measure you.
I know.
They're like, how tall are you?
I think I said 5'5".
6'4", 180.
Yeah.
Which is not true, guys.
I think I said 5'5" because that was the most recent one I got. But I got 5'6" when I went to my doctor's in New Jersey. Maybe I grew smaller.
No, I don't think so. Not yet. You will. Don't rush it. But the DMV is just like, whatever you want to be. You waited in line long enough. How tall do you want to be?
I hate the DMV.
Okay, but Michael's ready to get on this ride. He's excited. He's at his hotel room. He's getting his fresh dew, putting on his movie usher jacket.
Listen, before we get real deep into this, did you see that little free ad that they had in that I don't think it was intentional, but as they had one of the shots of the Boston Harbor, there was a Spirit airplane taking off.
I saw that because you did shout it out. Actually, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but yes, the yellow plane, can't miss it.
Yeah,
and the other little product placement, which I don't think was product placement, although maybe because I've seen it now in both episodes. The Chart House.
Have you been there?
There's one in Florida.
Wait, isn't it the place that we had that fish for Christmas?
No, we've never had dinner there.
Well, we went somewhere in Boston Harbor for like a really fancy dinner.
That was a fantastic dinner. I don't think that was Chart House. No,
it was like a fancy restaurant. It was really nice, and we had a fish.
I wish we could plug it because we love plugging those restaurants, but no, Chart House, though, it's a chain restaurant. It's in a bunch of states, but they keep showing that sign.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, Chart House getting a little screen time.
Maybe, isn't that in Chart House? Probably not.
Is what in Chart House?
The weddings.
No, I think they got married at the Museum of Science or something.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Coolio.
Okay.
I just listened to it. Gangsta Paradise.
Got it. Okay. So back to Michael, back to Jasmina. Michael's getting ready, and this was a sweet moment. When his family came in, they started talking about his mom, who we know passed from breast cancer. Mm-hmm. They do this little flashback to a photo of him. Michael looks so different, let me say, without that facial hair.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Better or worse, that's for you guys to decide. Looks different. But it got emotional for me when Michael's brother pinned that breast cancer pin on his jacket.
That was beautiful.
I was like, that's so sweet. Would you do it if the TV cameras weren't there? I don't know. But with it being televised, I was like, that's awesome. Bringing awareness to the cause. It definitely made me emotional.
For sure. I just wish his suit or tux was a different color, because
the pink kind of clashes with the Ron Burgundy.
Not natural. It's just who wears a burgundy tux to a wedding? Jesus.
He said it was like his grandma's favorite color or something.
Okay, well, I'll give him that.
Listen, your style's not everyone's style. That's what makes the world go round.
I think my style is pretty good.
For you, it is.
Put some leather on it.
For you, hey, it's not my style either. But
it better not be.
it didn't look bad on him.
Agree to disagree.
It didn't look bad. It didn't look bad.
No, I wish it was a different color. I'm sorry.
Okay. Jasmina, she's in her room with her girl. She's getting all done up. Unlike last week, everyone's pretty sober at this point. Maybe Lindsay hoarded all the champagne. Maybe there was none left for the other girls, guys. But everyone's pretty sober.
I think Lindsay was drunker than Virginia, 100%.
I would like to, and maybe someone's done it on YouTube, side by side, split screen them so we could really judge.
Virginia is a little younger, so she handled it better.
I don't know.
I thought the older you get, I don't know. I guess now I actually know how to drink if I want to. So yeah, Lindsay's just wild.
Lindsay's out of control. But for some reason, I remember Virginia being out of control too.
Yeah, but for some reason she didn't act as drunk as she was drunk. Her eye makeup was like a raccoon. She looked like a raccoon. But
okay.
I think she was a little sober, more sober than Lindsay. Like Lindsay was wild. She was laying on the freaking park bench.
I know. I think you forget. Virginia was out of control. I remember watching going, this woman is out of control. And then with Lindsay, I'm thinking, yeah, she's drunk.
I feel like I was like cringing kind of watching Lindsay, thinking of my fave, Mark the Shark.
Oh my God.
Saying like, oh my gosh, poor guy. Here he is. He's waiting. He's been waiting for this moment his whole life.
At least 4 years since you last applied.
And then here goes Lindsay, who literally rolls in after drinking like 5 bottles of champagne.
I think she butt chugged a bottle of champagne on that bus ride over there.
I think she just drank everything she found, which honestly, we all drink. That's cool. But I feel like save it for the party. Like at least be sober at the altar. Hey, get hammered at the party. That's what it's for, right?
I mean, there's a lot of pressure on her if you think about it. We were nervous for our wedding, and we had one cocktail. But imagine marrying someone you don't know, and then on top of it, it's being televised. This is your first time on TV, so you're probably freaking out just because of that.
I mean, she should have smoked some weed to just calm her down.
Absolutely not. This is terrible advice from Teresa. I don't know. She listened to Coolio's Gangsta Paradise once before this podcast, and now she's like, y'all should smoke some weed.
I listen to Coolio every day.
And now you're like, everyone needs to smoke some weed. I think that would have been maybe even worse.
I always listen to Coolio when I brush my teeth.
Okay.
It's a thing.
I don't know what we're talking about. Let's keep going. Jasmina starts having a little bit of a panic attack. Mm-hmm. She keeps saying she's going to throw up. I didn't expect it from her. It makes a little bit of sense. I mean, she is, I think, the beauty of this season.
I feel like maybe Katina after I saw her on this episode.
I think Jasmine is more my type. She has more like softer features, I think.
Yeah, they both are beautiful, but not that we're there yet, but there is something about Katina's voice that I just love. She has a deeper voice.
Okay.
And I just love it.
Okay, we'll get there.
Okay.
Jasmine is freaking out in my mind because she's like, wait, I am a queen to talk about queens, right? Shout out to Chris. I have so many guys probably sliding in my DMs, coming up to me at the bar. I don't need to do this. Why am I doing this? Why am I rolling the dice on a stranger? Right? That's got to all of a sudden hit you. Like, I don't need to be putting myself in this experiment. Mm-hmm. I'm doing fine. And I think that probably hit her as she realized, oh, wait, I can't respond to these guys sliding in my DMs anymore. When a handsome man walks up to me at a bar, I'm going to have to turn him away. And who knows why I'm going to have to turn him away? I don't know what I'm walking into.
Yeah, no, totally. And I really wish they matched her with someone else.
You really don't like Michael, huh?
I don't. And you know why? There is always like when I get to know someone, even on the screen, when they say something or do something that's in my books like a big no-no, like something I can't really get over, then it's just, I start seeing all the other little things that I just dislike.
Leaving your Christmas decorations up in the summer is not that bad.
No, his apartment was so messy.
That's really what it is for you?
I hate mess. I hate mess so much. Look at our apartments. You can eat from the floor. I clean. I'm like a crazy cleaning lady person. I clean all the time. I hate mess. Mess turns me off.
There's a lot of worse people on this season than Michael.
I hope they're a cleaner.
Oh, come on.
Listen, one of the things when we started dating and I saw your apartment for the first time, I thought, wow, like dude lives alone, but looks nice and neat and clean, like nicely decorated. I was impressed.
Yeah, but it's because I have OCD, which is the dark side.
And that's
of a
why
clean
you
apartment.
and I, as one of the beautiful things we share, that you're OCD, you clean after yourself, and I'm crazy and I clean all the time. It works.
We'd probably be matched just for that.
Yes.
Well, he's got OCD and she's got OCD.
But
they're a perfect match.
For me, messiness is just, it's like, no, like, ugh, I just can't.
Okay, well, you're very perceptive of things around rooms. Did you see someone bought Jasmina the Polaroid camera I got you?
I did not.
It was sitting in the hotel room on the chair. That
Wow.
I got Teresa the Polaroid camera. It's that new one. It's cool, right? And I got it for Teresa thinking, oh, this is a fun way to capture the wedding day.
I wish we know how to use it because every single photo we take is blurry.
That's because it's a Polaroid camera. If you want a good photo, get a good camera.
You can get nice photos from that camera. I Googled.
Sometimes we do.
Yeah, like 1 in 50.
I think you got to stay very still, have the lighting right. We got some cool photos.
We do.
But when I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's nice. I wonder who got it. They stopped giving each other gifts.
Right. Why? I love that.
They stopped. Yeah, no couple. I think after the Jake Haley bracelet necklace debacle, I spent $800. Well, it's a very nice necklace. It's a bracelet.
They should do a budget. Be like, hey guys, get each other something personal to tell the other person you don't know who you are under $100.
It is a good way to get a glimpse into the personality.
Yes.
You can see, oh, are they creative? Are they funny? Are they sentimental? Because a lot of times they'll be like, oh, here's socks because you got cold feet. And say, oh, okay, they're somewhat comical.
It's a classic Etsy gift.
Although I guess they didn't do away with it after Jake and Haley because Johnny and
Yeah, I
Beth.
was literally going to say that Johnny gave her the jersey.
Yeah. Oh, I hate sports. You better not be a jock.
Ooh.
Yeah. So maybe it's just better. So there's no preconceived notion of who this person is. You start hating them before you've even gotten to the altar.
I think giving each other gifts before you get married is very American, but I like it. I've never seen it before.
You've never been to a Czech wedding.
True, but I know. I asked.
And they don't do it?
No.
Huh. I do like it, of course, once you know the person. I'm not a fan of buying gifts for people I don't know.
Of course. Oh, I love buying gifts.
But for people you don't know, like if you had to do Secret Santa.
Oh, I would.
You
I
like
have
it?
like 50 items in my Amazon shopping cart just for this occasion if I ever have to get someone a gift.
All right, that's where you and I differ.
But I was just going to add, I wish they did it because when you and I, we got married, you guys know we love traveling and everything. And I was like, let's just express ourselves and do something fun, but let's not go crazy. And we both ended up kind of making a gift for the other person.
Yeah. I don't even know if we set a budget.
We didn't, but basically I told you, like, don't get me a Louis Vuitton purse.
Right.
Right? Because we've seen it, like, some other weddings of our friends. The brides got expensive gifts. And I just told John, hey, if you have anything in mind, let's just go on a trip, which we did.
Yeah.
So that's how I roll.
Okay. So no gift exchange, but someone got the Polaroid camera. Loved it. So finally, Jasmina, she gets it together. She collects herself. Mama Kimberly comes to the rescue, gets it in order. And when she calms down, I start to get the first taste maybe of a diva coming from Jasmina.
I can see that.
She was saying, I better not be disappointed. He better be good looking. And I'm coining it now, Jazz Diva. That's going to be her name if she turns into a diva.
I think she's just, I don't want to say high maintenance, but I think she knows what she wants.
Sure.
She's a young, confident woman. And I think knowing what you want, if you don't get it, that can suck.
Yeah. Yeah. So she walks out. She's got tears in her eyes. And I couldn't read exactly what type of tear it was at first. Happy tears, sad tears, nervous tears, eyelash in her eye. Yeah, I couldn't tell what type of tear it was. But she gets to the altar and she's smiling.
Yes. Well, before she gets to the altar, Michael gets to the altar, and it seemed like he's been waiting there for quite a while because he kept tapping his watch, looking at his mom, looking at his sister, who kept rolling her eyes.
Really?
You didn't see that moment? He tapped his watch and his sister rolled her eyes.
No. Do you think she was rolling her eyes at him?
Because he's been waiting. No. Because he's been waiting so long. So basically, at Jasmina.
You can't pin that on the bride in these circumstances. It could totally be a production thing. Oh, we're not in place. The lighting's not right. Your sound is not connected.
Oh, she was taking her time. She was freaking out.
Well, she was freaking out, yeah.
The production cannot be like, let's go. She can be like, no, I'm not going to do it. So I think they can push her a little, but they also have to give her some time. So I believe that Michael probably thought, oh, I'll be standing here for a couple of minutes, right? Maybe he was standing there for half an hour.
Well, as they say, good things come to those who wait.
True.
Because it was love at first sight for Michael.
For Michael.
He was very smitten.
Because she's gorgeous.
Right.
But I don't think Jasmina was into Michael at all.
I liked her opening line. She broke the ice. She's like,
yes.
You come here often? Which I thought I liked that from her. And it put me at ease as a viewer. It must have put Michael at ease. Like, okay, we can do this. We can have a little back and forth, a little banter. We don't have to take this so seriously. So I like to see that coming from her. Even if she wasn't thrilled with marrying a movie usher.
I think she... Totally. I think her mind is open.
You got to, and that's a great point. You got to be open-minded to come on this show.
Yeah,
some people aren't.
No, you have to. If you are not open-minded, what are you doing on the show?
Right. You have to put your faith in someone else and just go, whatever you give me, I'm going to go 100% into this. Open-minded, open heart.
Back to Drunk Lindsay. She approached it right. Maybe she could have told the experts a little bit about her preferences, right? But she said, hey, I'm just literally match me whoever you think is best for me. And I think this attitude can help you. Because your mind is open. You're like, you know what? I tried everything. I was almost married. Didn't work out. I'm in my mid-30s. I want this. You do you. And hopefully I'll be happy.
To Lindsay's approach, yes, it's good to be open-minded in that sense, but to be able to get matched with someone who you're compatible with, you do have to say, I like this, I like that, I don't like this.
I'm sure she did. That's how they matched her with Mark the Shark.
She just said no beer belly, no baby teeth.
I don't even know what baby teeth is.
Just small little chiclet teeth. Those were her two prerequisites. Is that really enough to give you a good match?
I guess. I mean, she got Mark the Shark.
I know you love Mark the Shark.
Mark the Shark is great.
Okay, we'll wait to talk about Mark the Shark. So they're at the altar. The pastor launches into his spiel. We learn Jasmina loves children, loves to travel, loves BTS so much she may hop on a plane to South Korea.
And I don't think she only loves BTS. It seems like she loves the whole Japan or Korean culture.
She has a Korean fetish.
Korean.
Which we'll learn when they start talking about television shows. She's like, oh, yeah, I love Korean drama, which at first I was like, OK, so she just finished Squid Game. That's basically it. That's the only thing that's on her mind. But then it's like, no, she loves BTS, too, so much that she's going to go chase them down in South Korea. That's a lot.
Hey, why not?
I don't know, but I'm interested to learn more. What's led to this fascination or fetishization of this culture?
Everyone has something.
I know, but there's usually a reason. What got you into it? So I'm kind of curious to hear what got her into it.
Well, maybe we'll learn.
And BTS, I know nothing about.
Me neither. I know they were either on a tour or they have a song with, what's the band we're gonna see? We love Coldplay.
Oh, Okay.
They did some collaboration. I would lie if I say that I know exactly what, but something was in the works.
All right. So that's what we learned about Jasmina. Michael.
I was just going to add, did you listen to the music they were playing?
No.
Like, that music was just wild.
What was it like?
Very unlike wedding.
Beatbox a little for us.
Please. No, it was just different. It really hit me up because I was like, wait a minute, this is not like the classic wedding music.
Good or bad?
More, I don't know, it was like more dramatic, more like loose. It wasn't bad. It was just not the classic romantic music playing.
Was it the music that they were actually walking down the aisle to, or was it for the television? Was it the soundtrack?
Was the whole like wedding music?
So
well,
you think
maybe
Jasmine,
the soundtrack? I don't know.
Right, I think maybe it was in post-production.
Yeah, I think it was the soundtrack, the post-production. But it was just wild. I was like, wow, like this is not like the lovey-dovey music.
Well, music is the easiest way to steer a narrative on television.
That's what I'm saying.
So they were editing that music in there to make us feel some sort of way.
Probably, but it almost got me feel like, yeah, this is awkward. This is not right.
Right, they're making you feel some sort of way.
But I felt this way before I heard it.
Exactly. Make up your own mind. Don't let the editors tell you what to think. Okay, so Michael loves kids, can't wait to be a father, and you guys know we love The Office. This is another Office moment because Michael Scott, right? Different Michaels, but same thing. When Michael Scott's like, so I'm setting up a dating profile. I need a username, and I have a great one. Little kid lover. That way people know my priorities.
It's just too good.
It was literally like, Michael's family wants you to know he loves kids. He can't wait to be a father. He's a little kid lover.
I was, not that we will ever go on the show because we're happily married, but if you went on the show, right? What would your family say about you? What do you think they would say about you?
I think they would say he loves music. He's creative. He has a good heart. He is interested in exploring new things. Am I missing anything?
No.
He's a sucker for reality television.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, why? What would yours say?
My parents?
Yeah.
My parents would say, Teresa.
We should do each other's, I think. Even though I just listed mine, I think it'd be more interesting to do each other's.
Okay.
Because now I am your family.
You are my family.
So here's what I would say about you.
Okay.
You're adventurous, right? You came over from another country 11 years ago. You are loyal to your friends and to your family. You are smart and funny, right? You love animals, not cats, but most other animals. And you cannot sing to save your life.
That's very true.
Okay. So all of mine, did I miss anything? Would you add anything?
You love traveling.
I love to travel.
You are adventurous too, but I feel like I pushed you out of your shell a little.
Yeah, thank you.
So maybe would it be now you are?
Thank you.
And you're beautiful inside and out.
Oh, thank you.
You really are.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So Jasmina, her promises, they wrote their own vows. And Jasmina, she's got a couple good lines so far. She could maybe go into stand-up comedy if this whole...
Yeah, I was laughing. It was good. I like her approach.
Very loose, very let's have some fun. Let's not take it too seriously. She says, I knew from the first time I saw you, you were the one. Which, similar line I think we heard in the past season.
Maybe. I don't recall.
I don't recall either, but I remember being like, that sort of sounds familiar.
Yes. But I just wish Michael was vibing her. Like, Michael was on a
different
level.
Whoa.
He just laughed.
Vibing her? This guy was in love. This guy was head over heels.
Because she looks beautiful, but she's cracking all these jokes, and I just wish he was there with her. Just be like, say something. Don't just laugh.
I think in that moment, and I've never been in that moment, but I've been at the altar.
You laughed at my vows.
But I know you. I'm not on television. We're very comfortable with each other. In this moment, I think this is one of those, your ears are ringing, your ears are so hot moment. You can't hear, you can't focus, you don't know what's happening. So I don't blame him for not hanging on her every word. I don't think you're totally present. You're kind of, what am I doing? What's happening?
I guess you're right. It's almost like even when you and I get married, I forgot about everyone else because I was nervous speaking out. I hate presenting. When I have to present, I have to put my turtleneck on and just to focus on what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And getting married in front of 90 people was just... First, I was like, oh my gosh, like I was shaking. And as my dad walked me down the aisle, I started crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, stop it. And my dad goes like, gee, you're crying already. I'm like, I just can't. But then I forgot about everyone else.
Right. Once it's your time to go, tunnel vision, you're in the moment. But again, we knew each other. We were confident.
Sure.
We're comfortable. Them, I'm telling you, I don't think they were totally present and listening to what one another had to say.
I'll give you this one.
So Jasmina says she can't promise she won't eat food off Michael's plate after she says she doesn't want any. She can't promise she'll squeeze the toothpaste from the bottom of the tube. Interesting.
Well, that's how you get it up.
I know, but that's your vow?
She was trying to be funny.
I guess it's got to be kind of generic,
She
too.
was trying to be funny.
But she promises to make him feel wanted, valued, and heard.
Let's see.
Michael reads his vows, and he basically vows to find out why they were matched.
Very logical.
Can you find out why some of these other couples were matched, Michael? Because I'm wondering that. So if you could do that for us.
I'm wondering about them too. I really want to see what's gonna happen with these guys because for some reason I had high hopes, and for another reason I don't have them anymore. But hey, they can prove me wrong.
So they exchange rings, plant big smackaroo.
I do.
I do. And then we get something we learned about watching 90 Day Fiancé with Tariq and Hazel. Jasmine and Michael jumped the broom. And for those who don't know, there's several conflicting stories about the significance of jumping the broom. But the one we've heard and read about over and over again is that the broom gets waved over the couple's head to ward off evil. And then the broom is placed on the ground and the couple jumps over it. And sort of a good-natured joke is whoever jumps the highest over the broom was designated the household decision maker.
Interesting.
So this is the second time we've now seen it on television.
I love traditions.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. It's definitely what we've learned. I think it's a Black tradition.
I think so,
for Black couples getting married. But I've read some other things too, where some other cultures do something similar. But this is what we've been told. So if you guys didn't know, that's what we've heard.
Yeah, and if you guys have any interesting traditions, share them with us because I want to know. John is Jewish, so we did the glass.
Some little mazel tov.
Mazel tov. We didn't do the Czech traditions because A, they're kind of dangerous, and B, John said he doesn't want to do it. We did
what's the Czech tradition that's so dangerous?
A guy has to take an axe and what do you call it when you do the wood? Chop some wood.
Okay,
and
this is happening at a wedding?
Yes, and then someone drops a plate, and the groom and the bride are supposed to sweep it together.
Oh, well, it's very similar with the Jewish mazel tov with the glasses. You kind of sweep it up after you've.
So I was kind of like, let's not bring an axe into this whole occasion, right?
Let's not do that. Let's not bring our axes or our exes to our wedding.
So we kind of made up a traditions that I've seen some people do in the Czech Republic, but it's not like a typical Czech traditions. We did a shot of slivovice.
It's a typical drunk tradition. Yeah, what we did after we said our vows and everything, we brought up a tray of slivovice, which is a traditional Czech alcohol. We had our friends and our family join us. Just
our family.
And our best men in your maid of honor. And we did a shot.
I would say it's more of a South Moravian traditions. That's the region I'm from. But I've seen it and it was fun.
We loved it.
No one got injured.
No. No axes.
No axes.
We don't need that. So, okay. They jumped the broom. And now it's time for them to get some alone time.
Yes, my favorite part.
This. And Jasmina, she says she's Gucci now. She's good. So in 2 episodes, we've gotten Gucci and Chanel. Okay, all good.
I like.
Michael says Jasmina is Black Barbie. Drop dead gorgeous. which agree with you there, Michael. Michael takes a sip of his champagne.
Ugh, this is another reason why. Like,
This I'll get behind you here.
Yeah.
This is disrespect.
he's
Michael.
messy. He has no manners. Please.
And I'm sure he's so nervous he couldn't wait to just get a sip of alcohol to calm his nerves.
Okay, no, you don't get the nervous pass. You are married. You should toast. Oh my freaking God.
I know it's such a good point. This is your first drink
Yes.
together as a married couple. This is your moment to shine. I mean, Michael, hate to say it, Jasmina outshines you at the altar.
Oh, totally.
With her vows and her opening
With
line.
everything.
Yeah. This is your time to redeem yourself with a nice toast. And it doesn't have to be anything amazing, just a little something to us.
Yeah.
To us. Like,
literally, just say cheers to us. So that I find it very rude or poor manners.
I don't find it
whatever you
rude
call
because
it.
I don't think he was doing it intentionally.
So poor manners.
He just wasn't thinking. He
Nah.
just wasn't very, very thoughtful about it.
Well, that's not good either.
No. And
So-
Jasmina called him out on it, which was great. So then he goes, "It's funny. I was trying to guess your name. I guessed Melissa. Then I shortened it to Mimi, and you're Jasmina. So I basically guessed it.
Did he say that? Yeah.
Mimi is not anything like Jasmina.
Please don't call her Mimi.
If her name even was Mina, I would give you Mimi to Mina, maybe. But again, another moment brought to you by The Office. This was when Ryan was being introduced to Daryl, and Michael's like, "This is Mr. Rogers." And Ryan's like, "Oh, Daryl Rogers." And he's like, "No, Daryl Philbin, then Regis Philbin, then Reg, then Raja, then Mr. Raja." It's like, well, I guess Melissa. Then I shortened it to Mimi, and you're Jasmina.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if he guessed Melissa before or after he saw her.
Oh,
Like, was it like-
before. As
You
soon as
think
he
so?
saw her,
Well, sometimes you see people, you're like, oh my gosh, his name must be Michael.
do you think he shortened it from Melissa to Mimi by the time she got to the
Yeah.
altar? Because as soon as she gets there, they go, "This is Jasmina."
He was probably like, Melissa, I'll call her Mimi. Oh, Jasmina, nice to meet you.
No, I think this happened before the day.
That's so random. Why would you think Melissa?
I mean, I'm sure you guess a name. You probably have a picture in your head and you guess a name. But yeah, Melissa's a little weird. And then to go Melissa and then Mimi, right?
Listen, in Czech, we have a name calendar. So it's a little easier, although nowadays people try to be posh and give their kids all kinds of names, right? But in America, you have so many names. You can literally name your kid Table Junior, beer bottle.
Yeah. Well, Table Junior, that's a coffee
Something.
table. But
But it's okay. So to guess a name in this country
you're
is
just
just crazy.
setting yourself up for failure, Michael.
Literally.
Although if someone tried to guess a guy's name, you'd have a good chance of guessing Michael.
I was gonna say that. Like, if you wanted to guess, you should have guessed some classics like Michael, Cindy, I don't know, Karen,
Sarah,
Lindsay,
Jennifer,
Ashley. Yeah, those are classic names.
Yeah. I mean, Melissa's not that crazy.
I don't know any Melissas. I mean, one girl, she worked with me, but
I know a couple Melissas and a couple famous Melissas. It's not that uncommon.
oh, I know one Melissa that worked with you too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Anywho, so they start talking about their TV preferences. They definitely won't be starting a TV recap podcast
No.
because, as we said, Jasmina loves the Korean dramas and Michael doesn't watch TV.
Weird.
It's a little
Who
weird.
doesn't watch TV?
Who doesn't watch TV when you're on a TV show?
Literally. And listen, even like watch the news or something. Everyone watches something.
Yeah. Although I asked you what music you like or something on our first date, and you said, "Oh, I don't like
Because
music."
I was nervous.
Exactly. So Michael's clearly nervous. He must watch television or say sports. I know that's
I was
generalizing
just nervous
guys,
because I
but-
love music and I just didn't. I love like all kinds of genres. I'm not like the person who's like, oh yeah, I love hip hop. It's like I love some hip hop songs like Coolio, Gangsta Paradise, but I love some country music. I love R&B. I love classics. Like I love all kinds of
But
stuff.
you were scared. You didn't want to say the wrong thing. It's
No, not the wrong thing. But I was like, oh my gosh, what do I say to sound cool
exactly.
enough?
You didn't want to say the wrong thing.
But I should have just said one of my classics like Coldplay or something you cannot go wrong with.
You were put on the spot. You couldn't
Yes.
come up with it. So
Justin Timberlake.
I feel like maybe Michael was like, oh, I don't want to say and be judged. But the guy watches. Come on. The guy's on a television show.
TV. He, if nothing, I hope he at least watched this show.
As soon as he got cast, I hope he watched it. So then they start talking about their sleep schedules. And it's like, is this the stuff you want to know about your spouse first and foremost?
I guess.
These are those hard questions that you just got to get the answers to. What time do you go to bed? What do you watch on TV? That's it?
Why not?
That's what you would ask me if you had one question. You just
if
met
I had
me.
only one question to ask you.
You say, oh, what do you watch? What time do you go to bed?
No, I would ask you, what do you do for a living? Because I'm very interested in that.
That's a great question. It's a great question, and it says a lot about a person.
Exactly.
What time you go to bed does not. And I get it. You're married. You're going to share a bed, hopefully, although a lot of these couples don't. But you guys can go to bed at different times, or you can adjust your sleep schedule if you really need to. But that's not a pressing question right now.
True.
So they take their photos. I think they look good together.
Nah.
No?
I think Jasmina needed someone a little better looking.
A little taller.
Better looking, taller looking, someone who's not as messy.
I don't think Michael's bad looking.
He's not bad looking, but he's like, let's say she's 9 and he's 3.
On a scale of 10.
Yes.
Okay,
4. He's 4.
Michael's a 6.
No, he's not. What scale are you using?
I'm not, when I judge him, I am not imagining him in that valet outfit.
No, I'm judging him based on not just his looks.
I'm going completely looks. I'm saying they look good together. They look good together.
Okay, 5.
He's a 5. She's a 9. Okay. So they do their first dance, and Jasmina says, I think there's a little spark. And
she said, a little spark.
That's all you need, right? That's all you need.
I guess Michael feels chemistry. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael.
But then after she says there's a little spark, she gives this little look. And to me, that says it all.
What's the look?
She's giving her one-on-one to the camera. She says, I think there's a little spark.
Little spark.
But then the camera stays on her, and she kind of looks off camera with this, I don't fully believe what I just said, look on her face. Like she's trying to convince herself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that she can make it work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think she totally buys it.
I literally wrote down, she does not seem pumped.
See, okay, and so that's what I thought. Maybe you're taking back your confidence in this couple was just based on that one look, but you're not even noticing it.
No, I didn't. I just don't see them together. I'm not saying Michael is a bad guy or anything, but I feel like they just don't vibe it now when we get to know them just a little bit.
Yeah.
But hey, they can prove us wrong. It can be love at first sight.
It could be Jamie and Doug, which was Doug head over heels for Jamie, right? Another beautiful woman. Jamie not vibing so much. And then look at them now.
Listen, I'm just sharing my opinion as we go because that's what our podcast is about.
I want to hear your thoughts. Okay.
All right, my favorite, Mark the Shark and Lindsay.
GTL, Jim Tan Lindsay.
What do you mean Jim Tan Lindsay?
Well, we all think Mark the Shark is Jersey Shore reject.
Kind of.
And that was all Jim Tan laundry.
Ooh.
GTL was their motto. And this is Jim Tan Lindsay because obviously his wife, Lindsay. Okay. They've just got married. They're walking and talking. Well, Lindsay's stumbling, slurring and stumbling.
I love it.
Walking and talking. Lindsay says she feels great. Feels like Mark is a genuine and kind man. Mm-hmm. Only one issue here.
5 cats.
5 cats. And I don't think we talked about this too much last week, but Lindsay was like, 5 cats is a lot. I'll get rid of mine.
No, didn't she say that either hers or Mark's cats are close to dying?
So that was this week.
Yeah.
Last week she goes, 5 cats is a lot. I'll get rid of mine, which is a red flag if you're a pet parent.
It is.
Which is a red flag if you're any person.
Listen.
You have these cats, I'll just get rid of them.
Listen, I said to keep the door open.
No, it was great. Make it the cat's decision.
Yes,
Don't
exactly.
let the
Guys,
cats choose whether they stay or go.
I hope all your cat lovers are not judging me because I was obviously joking.
We had a couple people write in, be like, that's a great idea. I tried it at home myself. Unfortunately, all my cats stayed.
Listen. There are a few cats in the world that I could probably get along with. I'm telling you, the fact that I don't like cats is neutral. Guys, cats don't like me.
I know, but you don't put the effort in.
I tried.
Cats, you got to earn their
I
affection.
pick every cat up that I meet.
I know. We're not going to get into how you pick up the cats.
No. But I always try. Doesn't work. But hey, guys, obviously, I'm here, a little joker with the open door. I mean, you can give it a shot.
Open door policy.
You can give it a shot, but don't blame it on me.
Yeah. So what we heard this episode was Lindsay say, 5 cats, it's a lot. But the good news is his are close to death, which is also red flag. Oh, good news, guys. My husband's cats, they're about to die. Couldn't be happier. That means we get to keep mine. I'm pumped. Close the door. Close the door. We're good.
Yes. Interesting.
So Mark tells us Lindsay's a wild child.
Like, you can see that Mark's eyes are about to pop out of his head.
Is
He's
Mark
just, like,
on-
trying to take it all in.
Is Mark on cocaine, guys?
Oh, no. I think he's on Lindsay.
He's on Lindsay. Those eyes are bulging.
I just think he's just
Whitey
like...
Bulger Boston reference.
I think he's literally like, what the fuck just happened? I just got married to this wild person who's
But he
absolutely...
likes it.
He does, but I feel like he didn't expect it.
See-
I think... I'm sorry, let me finish my thought. I think he thinks he's the wild one. He's the crazy person. He's the one who talks a lot.
He's
He's
the
the
shock.
joker. And all of a sudden there is Lindsay who's absolutely nuts.
Right.
And he's probably like, oh my God, like this person's crazy. Wait a minute. I'm crazy. So it means she's crazier. Wild.
Well, he's the optimist. He's the open-minded person we were talking about that needs to be on the show, because he's saying, yeah, she's wild, but I think that'll open me up. I think that'll help me live life to the fullest. So
I love it.
He sees what others may see as a negative and is going, no, this is going to be a positive for me. I'm going to make the most of this.
Yeah, I love it. And Lindsay is ready to dive in. So
they do their photos. No hesitation here when it comes to the kissing. Very comfortable with each other. And usually during the photo sesh, there's very little chit chat. It's usually kind of awkward. It's usually uncomfortable and silent. Not with Lindsay. Lindsay is a chatterbox. She sees this woman off to the side and she's like, Mark, is that your mom? And he's like, no, that's my landlord.
did you say that?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
This is some Steven with a V shit. Who's inviting their landlord to their wedding?
I mean, if you live somewhere for years and it's like a small place with maybe 2 apartments or 3 and you get along, why not?
Yeah, in Boston, it is a lot of the multifamily. So it could be a living.
I mean, we kind of knew who our landlord in New York was. We weren't friendly with him.
Did we?
Didn't he like open the door once when we locked ourselves out?
No, that was a locksmith that we paid $200 to.
Ah, you're right.
He would not get an invite to the wedding.
Yeah, I don't know. So
No,
then we did
it was
not
through
know.
a property management
I
company.
guess you're right. We lived in New York. We didn't even know our neighbors.
In Boston, to bring it back to Boston, guys, I've probably brought it up 19 times, but I lived in Boston, went to school in Boston. My apartment in Boston, we did kind of get close to our landlord.
Say Boston again.
Boston. We did kind of get close to our landlord. He used to bring us Chinese food. I think he owned a Chinese restaurant.
Get out of here.
He owned a Chinese restaurant as well as some properties. And when he would come to collect rent, sometimes he would bring us Chinese food.
Can we move there?
Yeah, that apartment burned down. Sad story. That apartment in Boston burned
He's
down.
going to talk about it eventually.
Will I?
Why not?
Well, I think I've told the story on the 90-day podcast. But long story short, that apartment burned down. I wasn't there. Some other people were. But we'll get into it another
Did
time.
you get Chinese food as a compensation?
No.
Yeah.
I got put up in a Holiday Inn.
Guys,
Say what?
I love Chinese food.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. We're hungry. We're hungry. So he's like, that's my landlord. She got the invite. Then Lindsay's like, all right, is your dad here? And nonchalantly, Mark's like, nah, he passed away.
Well, he doesn't want to make a big deal out of it. It's his wedding day, and he's probably in peace with everything. I wouldn't make a big deal out of it at all. They're taking photos.
Oh, I know. I would feel so bad if I was Lindsay, 0 for 2 with the small talk at this point. But she continues. Oh, how old? Or no, how old were you? How old were you when this happened? Thinking, oh, he must have been 4. He's like, oh, it was 2 years ago. And Lindsay's like, oh, well, I'm sure he's here in spirit. Yeah.
Shit.
This is a lot to field during your wedding photos. And if the wedding photos come out shitty, I'm blaming Lindsay for this interrogation, for this line of questioning, because this is a heavy conversation to have when it's like, cheese. Yeah, my dad passed away 2 years ago. Say cheese, smile, say Boston.
And then she kept asking about mom, and he kind of mentioned that mom is not okay,
really,
not really there.
In the picture.
And almost like Lindsay is like, yeah, I can relate in a way that she doesn't talk to her mom. It's different because Mark actually cares for his mom.
Yeah.
But they both, maybe that's one of the bonds, the family situation. I don't know.
Mark never did say, oh, where are your parents? Where is...
Yeah.
Right?
Because he just wanted to finish taking the photos.
Well, Lindsay's brother and father were standing there just clocking him the whole time those photos were being taken. Right?
What do you mean clocking?
Like staring at him. I think they're
happy that someone finally wants Lindsay.
Please take her off of our hands. Please. So reception time. They have a nice outdoor reception.
I love that it was outdoors.
I think they were all outdoors. And that's probably the only COVID-friendly thing that was happening so far in the season.
I thought it was awesome.
It looked nice. It looked nice. They enter, glasses are clinking, kisses are happening. And we learn for the first time how Lindsay really feels about Mark. And I think it's the champagne goggles talking here. But she goes, he is incredibly attractive.
I mean, there's something about Mark the Shark.
Is there?
Yeah, he's not bad looking.
He's not bad looking.
He's not hot.
He's not incredibly attractive.
No, but again, everyone has a different taste. I don't think there is something about him, right? But what cracked me up...
His perfectly manicured eyebrows, perhaps?
Maybe. What cracked me up was when Lindsay said, 5 cats, that's a lot of pussy in the house.
That's the booze talking, folks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. They do their first dance, and they're bonding over wanting to be on the Smucker's jar for living to be 100 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever watched the Today Show?
No.
Oh, that's where Al Roker shines. Is when he's like, all right, we're going to do the Smucker's jar.
I mean, I'm shooting for 100 too.
I am too.
You're 4 years older. You're shooting for 104.
104. Put us on the jar. But yeah, that's the thing on the Today Show.
Gosh.
When you make it to 100, you send your photo in and they're like, this is Marilyn. She made it to 100. They put her face on the jar.
What?
It's a whole sponsorship thing for Smucker's jelly. Let's not get too.
Okay. I don't even know what that jelly is.
That's a jelly, Smucker's.
Like something you put on your face or hair or a bread?
On your toast.
Oh.
Yeah, on your toast. When you're 100 years old, you eat a little toast with some jelly on it, a little Smucker's on it. Yeah.
Can't wait.
That's what they're bonding over. Then they bond over the dislike of country music.
Okay.
Lindsay is so the person who bonds over dislikes because she brings up, oh, do you like country music? And Mark, I don't know. Do you? He doesn't want to say the wrong thing. She's like, no, I hate country music. And it's like, oh, yeah, I do too. Don't bond over your dislikes.
True.
Bond over your commonalities. I mean, I guess dislikes are commonalities, but don't you just hate dog people? It's like, bond over that. Don't you just hate? It's not acceptable to drink until lunch. It's like, right?
Listen, I wasn't a big fan of country until we went to Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And I think me hearing it live was like, wow, it's not bad. It's not like I don't listen to it on repeat or anything.
Oh, that's
but
a
why
lie.
not?
Oh, that's an absolute
Well, we
lie.
had our moments.
Yeah.
After Nashville, we were deep into country. But right now, if it's on, I'm not going to change the channel or anything.
No.
But it's not my go-to. Let's just put it this way. But I don't mind it.
But I wouldn't lead a question with something I didn't like.
True.
Oh, hey, nice to meet you. Do you like anime? And it's like,
No.
no, me neither.
No.
It's like, why'd you bring that
That's
up?
so true. That's
right?
odd.
It's very odd. But yeah, that's the type of person Lindsay is.
Okay.
All right. That brings us to the end of Mock the Shock.
Mock the Shock.
And Lindsay. So I say we take a quick break and we'll be right back. Okay. It is time for Katina and Elijah.
Let's do it.
Katina picking out her dress, Elijah picking out his suit.
I love all Katina's dresses, actually. Everything she tried on looked nice. I loved the long sleeve one.
Mm-hmm. Was
But
that the second dress?
Yes. But I liked what she picked. It looked nice on her. I think she looked at nice dresses.
I liked the first dress, to be honest. It showed off the half sleeve of tattoo that she's rocking.
Well, that's the last dress, too.
Oh, did it show it off? Okay, good. And that's the one she picked?
Yes,
Yeah,
she
you
went
gotta do-
with the last one.
Oh, everyone does. You
It's a
try on
thing.
3, you pick one, the last one. Then, okay, Elijah, he's picking out his suits. Everyone's like, you got to leave Isaac behind now. You're picking out a suit for Elijah. Okay, kiss your playaways goodbye. No more motorboat and strippers. No more Facebook crook. Time to start fresh. And he comes out in his first suit, and he's like, I feel like James Bond.
And sister-in-law was like, do you think you'll take your wife's breath away? And Elijah was like, I almost took my own.
Isaac. That's
Yeah,
Isaac.
that's Isaac.
Come on.
Go away.
We're suit shopping for Elijah.
But Elijah picked this black and white, kind of I don't know what it reminded me of, like a penguin tux.
No, a true tux is a penguin tux. This was the white jacket with the black pants. I digged it. I wish I could pull off
Really?
the white jacket. Oh, I think it's sharp. I think it's very sharp. You have an
it
issue
wasn't
with all
bad.
the men's suits, I think.
It wasn't bad. I love the blue shades suits.
No, I know. I do too, and that's what I went with. But I think Elijah looked sharp. And maybe I'm making more out of this than was there. But I liked Elijah in the white suit because it's a little bit like a wedding dress, right? The whole idea with the white wedding dress is purity and...
That's the last thing he needs. That's the first thing he needs.
Right. And so he's wearing this white jacket almost as a rebirth of Elijah,
Ooh.
right? Isaac is in the past.
Interesting. That's not bad.
And he's coming in hot, coming in fresh.
Listen, he doesn't look bad. I don't think I would go for this look, but much better than Michael's burgundy.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's better than that.
Yeah. Elijah's not going to have to park any cars.
Yes.
With
He
what
can
he's
just
wearing.
go and be the husband or the groom that he is.
Yes. Which is a big enough job
Oh, for
on
sure.
its own. So it's the big day. Katina's at the hotel with her friends, popping a little champagne.
She's excited. She doesn't feel like she's making a mistake. So very optimistic.
Her friends feel like she's making a mistake, and they didn't really say too much, but you could see their faces were dripping with skepticism.
Well, your face would too if your friend was marrying someone he doesn't know. Come on.
Nah, again, I think I'd be optimistic. I'd be like, let's see how this plays out.
Well,
I'm
yeah, but
into
you would
this.
love it because he wasn't you.
Sure. And it's not her friends either. It's her. But they were just
True.
giving this look of like, you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. Like they knew who she was marrying before she even married him. They're like, this is not going to end well.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. So Elijah, he's at the hotel with his friends. He's got his champagne. They're talking about the Isaac days. And I really don't understand the Isaac scheme, to be honest, because he told everyone his name was Isaac. So he might as well have just told him his real name. If you changed your name with each girl, then I get it. Then they can never talk about it with each other.
No, but I almost feel like let's say if I was like in my 20s, I was going by Teresa, like Teresa, call me Teresa, because I'm single and I'm mingling. And then I got married. It's like, all right, I'm leaving my past behind. Call me T.
But he changed his name so that he could go play
Wait,
around.
I thought it was his middle name.
It is. But he starts going by Isaac in college so he can just go bang a bunch of different girls.
I think he was going by Isaac his whole life. Or
No.
maybe his family called him Elijah Boone, but he's like, oh my gosh, that's not cool enough. I'm in college now. Like Elijah Boone, that's too hard to pronounce. I'm going to go by Isaac because that's cool. It's short. It's sharp, right? And he did this whole party life. And now he's like, okay, I'm mature enough goodbye, Isaac. I'm going to go back to Olajuwon because that's my name.
Yeah. I kind of thought he was doing it as almost a catfish. Like, okay, well, in class, I'm Olajuwon, but at night, I'm Isaac. But if you tell every girl you're Isaac, well,
I'm
then...
pretty sure he was just Isaac. Even like in college, they always, at the beginning of classes, I don't know if your college was the same, but they, let's say, read our names, like Teresa, ABC, saying, is that your preferred name?
Right.
And I could have said like, oh no, call me Jennifer, right? And they would have called me Jennifer.
So do you think he said, call me Isaac?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was like, no, they would be like, Olajuwon, and he would be like, here, hey, I go by Isaac.
Yeah, and everyone's like, boo!
I'm just guessing, but I feel like that's the thing. Like, he just went by one name, and now he's all grown up, and he's going by his real name.
Okay, so Olajuwon goes from balling out to just bawling now. He's bawling his eyes out of nowhere. And I've seen those tears before. Those are one vagina for the rest of my life tears.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Oh, those tears. Those are one vagina.
I
tears.
told your best man to get you, like, what was it? The cups or a hat?
You
that
got me a
says
hat.
One vagina forever.
Yeah. I had happy tears.
Good.
Yeah. Those Olajuwon tears were
All the fun
sad
stuff
tears.
you had at your bachelor party was because I sent your best man some links from Amazon.
And that's why I had happy tears, because I was like, I have the best wife. I have the best fiance right now, because she's like, we got to swag him up. We got to get him hats. We got to get him koozies. We got to get him some shot glasses. We got to get him everything to have a great last hurrah. Although it's not a last hurrah. We've been having hurrahs every day since.
True. But I messaged John's best man, who's my friend too now. I gained him as a friend. I was like, hey, you have some fun swag for John? He's like, shit, I don't. I'm like, here you go.
Yeah. One vagina forever hats.
One vagina forever hats.
Yeah. So Olajuwon is bawling. He needed a towel to wipe those tears. Literally, those were not tissue tears. Those were towel tears.
Very emotional.
Darcy could learn a thing or two.
Oh, for sure.
From those tears, right? So he gets himself together. He collects himself, and it's time. Olajuwon is at the altar. You can tell he is so nervous. This guy went from being the coolest guy in the show, so calm, cool, and collected, till now he's at the altar. Where is she? Where is she?
But it's good. I'm glad his real personality is coming out. That's he's not just like I'm the boss,
right.
And like show yourself, and he is showing himself.
And he's showing why he said at the bachelor party, I hope she finds me attractive, because if she doesn't, I have to work for it. I have to use my personality. And this guy has no personality.
He's trying to have a personality. That's bad.
And it's not a good one. And let me shout out the Facebook crook again, because Facebook crook meet crooked bow tie. His bow tie was all out of sorts standing up there at the altar. It was, his bow tie was as twisted as he was, because he was a mess. He was a mess. So out comes Katina. Olajuwon just goes, whoa.
Good.
I know. I hope the tailor left a little room in his pants, because he was excited. This guy was excited.
So excited. He's like, nice to meet you. They both have tattoos.
They both have tats. And I forgot he had tats. I can't believe I forgot he had tats, because this guy never has a shirt on, so you can always see him. But yeah, they each have tats. It looks like they're into each other. And then we get the pastor giving his little spiel. Olajuwon's family wants Katina to know she's marrying Tootie.
I know.
How many nicknames does this guy have? And is Tootie worse than Isaac? Is Isaac worse than Olajuwon? What's going on here? It's hard to keep up.
Tootie is the family baby. It's like, oh, Tootie.
Does it mean he
Isaac is like the bad bitch. It's like the bad boy. And then Olajuwon is the mature guy who signed up for Married at First Sight.
I was concerned when he had two personalities. Now that he has three, I'm terrified.
We'll see what's going to come out of this.
So they hope Katina is ready for family gatherings, energy, and time spent in the kitchen.
He likes home-cooked meals. You better know how to cook.
The entire crowd just dies laughing like they're at a Chris Rock show or something, because, spoiler alert, I don't think Katina is any Betty Crocker.
No.
So then Katina, her family, wants Elijah to know she's a social butterfly with a heart of gold who's been saying she's going to get married for the last 5 years. Red flag. She loves a night out and a night in. She just loves the night, apparently. She's opinionated, blunt, but she's working on that. She's confident and has a lot of love to give.
Good. I like it.
Okay. So here we go. They exchanged their vows. Katina, some nice vows. She says her prayers have been answered. She promises to listen and have patience, honor and respect, trust, and put Elijah first. Very nice. Then Elijah goes. And he goes off the dome. He goes off the top, off the head. And he's like, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he said, I don't want to hold my vows because then I can't hold your hand.
I didn't hear it, but I was like, wow, he memorized his vows.
Nope. He didn't write vows. Give me a break. This guy forgot to write vows or didn't write vows and then heard Katina and was like, oh shit, I'm going to look like an idiot. So he's like, I'm going to do it from memory so I can hold your hand, he just played it off pretty cool. It was pretty smooth, but I don't think this guy wrote shit.
I think I don't know. I think he's confident enough to be like, I'm going to wing it.
Okay. And here's what he won. I don't know where you've been my whole life. I promise to be honest and truthful. I promise to keep the spark. And if I had to go back 10 years in dating of trial and failure to become the best man for you, I would do it again.
Not bad.
I'm sure you would go back 10 years, Isaac.
Not bad.
You liked it?
I mean,
it'll do?
He whipped it up on the spot or memorized it, whatever it was. It was short and not bad. We've heard some bad ones, so not bad.
How do you feel about him getting down on one knee?
That was just a little cringy.
Cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much. For effort, but come on. It came across as... And again, that's this, oh, you think you're this smooth, cool guy. That's so cheesy. That's so cornball. That's Swiss cheese. That's mozzarella cheese. That's pepper jack cheese, right? All the cheese. It's a 5-cheese dip.
But he cannot stop complimenting Katina. I almost feel like it surprised him that she's so gorgeous. That he was matched with someone like her. I almost feel like he thought like, okay, I'm gonna be the king and I'm gonna be matched with like a 7 or 8 queen, right? But here comes Katina and he's just like, holy shit.
I know. Chris is probably watching this season going, like, there's all the queens.
He's like, God damn it.
All the queens.
All the queens in Boston.
Queens in one season right here. So they get their alone time. Our favorite part.
Oh my gosh.
And Katina has a harder time pronouncing Elijah's name than you do, Teresa.
I know. She's like, Elijah-Wan?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Elijah John, Elton John, can you feel the love tonight?
Give him 2 weeks and you can call him Isaac again.
Oh, you can probably call him Isaac tonight.
Or Tootie.
Or Tootie, that's easier. Yeah. So Katina says he's handsome, which is good. Elijah says Katina is gorgeous, hot. He cannot stop staring. And he can't stop staring. He cannot start talking because there's so much awkward silence.
Wait for it.
So much awkward silence.
Wait for it.
Right. This guy goes either or because he asks for another kiss.
Boop.
That's all this dude knows. That's pure Isaac right there is awkward silence. Let me kiss you. Let me put my lips to work in another way.
I like that they didn't start like making out. Like you just asked for a kiss.
I know, but it's sex or nothing for this. It's sex or nothing. It's sex or nothing for this guy.
Maybe. I mean, we'll see.
So they pop some champagne. Elijah takes it like a shot. Okay, again, it's him pretending he's this smooth guy up until this moment where he's like, oh shit, I got nothing. I'm taking shots because I'm so nervous, right? And then they do this editing trick, which I love. Maybe it's not a trick. Maybe they really did need to.
Fantastic.
Maybe they needed to cut it down for time because they didn't want another 3-hour episode. But they just make it seem like Elijah just starts rambling.
He kept just talking and Katina was just like, yes, just sipping on the champagne, like, yes. He shared a lot.
Finally, she tells the camera, wow, this dude has a strong-ass personality.
She feels overwhelmed.
And she goes, I'm going to need a shot soon. And Elijah's like, cheers to that. It's not a good thing, Elijah. When your lady's like, I need a shot, that means she's stressed out, not feeling it, wants to escape, needs to have some alcohol to deal with you. Not a good thing. And then I found this hilarious, right? She can't cook. Elijah realizes this, and he's like, nah, it's all good. Like, we'll figure it out. He doesn't care. She's so hot.
I know.
She's so hot. And he doesn't. I'll take cooking classes. You know what? I'll take some cooking. I'll hire a personal chef if we have to. It's all good, baby. Like, you just stand there looking good. He couldn't care less at that point.
Which is good. Like, you cannot go into this with all these crazy expectations, especially not something like this. Again, some people cook, some people don't. I think you should know how to cook basic things. Everyone should. But you don't have to be a gourmet chef, and that's what he was expecting. Like someone cooking breakfast for him and having a hot dinner on the table the second he comes from work. Like, dude, reality check.
How quickly he did a 180 when he saw how good looking, because it was, oh, she can't cook, she ain't a wife. And then, oh, it's all good, baby. We'll figure it. Figure it out.
I think he didn't expect her being so beautiful, and her voice, like,
you love it.
I love it. I like to think that I have a deeper voice than other ladies.
You sure do.
But she does too, and I love it.
Okay.
I hate my voice, let's be honest. I hate my voice, and every single time I listen to the pod after we record, hearing myself is killing me. But I'm getting used to it, I guess. But her voice is beautiful.
I didn't notice it. I'm sorry to say I didn't notice it, but I'm gonna go back and listen to it.
Just deeper, and she talks a little slower, but not too slow. Love it.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's talk about Noi and Steve.
Let's do it.
Noi's dress shopping, and she goes, I'm clueless as to what I want. And at first I was like, respect. Because I was like, this must be a girl who, unlike a lot of these girls on this show, don't have a vision board on their wall of their dream wedding since they were 14 years old. But then she's like, I've been dreaming about getting married forever. And I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know how someone can dream about getting married forever.
How can you dream of a wedding before you meet your dream partner? What are you dreaming of?
Right.
Who, like, are you doing a Michael, imagining Melissa, Mimi? Like, who do you imagine standing there with?
I feel like you can like the idea of when you don't have a partner, you can say, oh, I love the idea of getting married one day. Like, I love the idea of having my person. But
that's so different than a wedding. I totally get, oh, I can't wait to have my teammate. I can't wait to have my person. I can't wait to have a family. That's cool. Like, there's substance to that. Dreaming about your dress in this party, I don't understand, but I'm a guy.
I never thought of getting married or a wedding until we got engaged. Maybe
that's a good time to start thinking about a wedding.
Maybe a little before, just like when we got serious and I was like, okay, like I can totally see myself with this guy forever. Like,
yeah.
That's where I started having these thoughts, but I didn't start thinking about the actual wedding until we started looking at venues. I literally...
Right.
Like, we talked about it, and like, obviously I had things in mind as we started researching this stuff. And I'm like, like, we love this and that. And so I started getting the picture in my head, but not before we got engaged.
And then, to make matters worse, at least in my mind, we learn Noi wanted to be pregnant like 2 days ago, which also confuses me. You want to be pregnant? Who's the dad? You just want to raise a kid by yourself?
No, but TikTok, she's 33.
I understand that. But again, all these things, I feel like there's a natural progression. Call me old school. Well, I don't know.
Listen, if there was a natural progression, it would have happened to her. It didn't happen. That's why she's on the show.
True. I was going to say, I kind of sound like an idiot saying like, oh, like I'm old school. There's natural progressions. Married at first sight is anything but natural. So there you go. Noi comes out in her first dress, lacy sleeves, kind of an intricate design. Oh, I thought it was very pretty.
It was, but those sleeves look cool, but it would be so shitty at the actual wedding. Imagine partying, it would be falling off of you. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I'm not practical. I've only put on a dress twice and I'd never partied in it. So I don't know how they work. But okay, she comes out next, no sleeves. Not my favorite, but she feels like a princess, so that's the one. Says yes to the dress.
She's nice.
Yeah, no, she's a pretty girl too. So then Steve, he's suit shopping, and the whole time I'm just like, please, let's hope his brother doesn't have much influence over what he chooses, because that guy dresses like he's in middle school.
Kind of, yeah.
You guys wearing like No Fear t-shirts, Django jeans. Who knows who did his hair? Like
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. If Monster Energy drink was a person,
No.
that's the vibe.
No.
No?
If Monster Energy was a person, it would be my old boss
That's true.
from 2 jobs ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack you. I see
No,
you staring off into the distance.
Monster and a banana. That was his breakfast
Breakfast of
every
champions.
single day. And he didn't talk until he freaking finished that.
Hey,
Then he talked a lot.
well, you just had a monster.
Guys, every single morning, I was like, you're going to die soon. 'Cause you're going to get a heart attack.
Okay, so Steve comes out in his first suit. Solid suit. Nice blue suit. That's the only one he tries on, right?
Good. Oh my gosh. Finally, someone's getting a nice blue suit.
Okay, everyone loves it. So one and done. Wedding day. Steve, he's in bed, self-filming. And he goes, this is one of the last things on my bucket list. Getting married, having a family. Steve, I have a question. Where on your bucket list is getting a job?
Yes, that should have been right before getting married,
Okay,
if anything.
let's
I
talk
think
about
way
it.
down the list.
Let's talk about natural progressions in order of operations. Yeah, being able to provide for your family and your wife, and that seems like it should be maybe on the
I
list.
hope he's looking because I like Steve. I think he's good looking.
Oh boy, there's more to people than just their looks.
It coming from you. I think he's good looking. He seems like an adventurous person. I like
No.
that.
Had a good job at one point,
Yeah,
it seemed
so
like.
that's why I believe in him. I believe that he can go and find himself another decent job because he has the skills. That's my thing. It's not
Yes.
like, oh, she's been homeless his whole life, doing nothing, didn't go to school, didn't have anything, right?
He's employable.
Yes. So I really hope that he's, if not looking already, that he's going to start looking.
Let's see. That'd be an interesting angle for the show, is watching someone trying to get a job. I don't think we've ever seen that
No.
before. I would
But
like
I
to
hope
see
he'll
that.
get there because I like Steve.
Okay, so he gets to the hotel. He's with this crew. This thing looks like it was catered by Whole Foods. You have all those little brown
I didn't.
to-go boxes. Yeah. So then Steve's brother, Fozzie Bear, he's got the champagne going. They cheers to Stevie and what's her name, which is a solid toast at that point in the relationship. Barbara comes in, tightens up Steve. And did you notice this? Did you see Ivanka Trump standing in the background?
I was just going to tell you, there is a blonde girl in
Very
black standing
pretty.
in the corner.
Talk about looks, very pretty.
No, she was blurred. How did you see what she looked like?
And she was blonde. She looked good to me.
Please.
But yeah,
Should
like,
I be worried? Like, you're attracted to literally everything and everyone.
but looks, there's, unlike you, there's more to a person than looks. So just because someone is attracted doesn't mean I'm going to leave you for them.
Listen, I said Michael is 4, but I was also including his messiness and his poor manners.
Yeah.
When you said just look, I said 5.
I know, but I was
So-
saying judge. I'm saying judge looks.
Who's deeper?
You were
Who's
talking about
deeper?
Steve, and you're like, I like Steve. He's good looking.
Yeah, and I said he likes to travel. He's adventurous.
I know. Okay.
Like,
I know.
Come
but
on.
Who was this woman? Just
don't know.
standing there.
just standing there.
She like,
Maybe
yeah. What's your thought?
it was a ghost.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe she's like the person who goes into all the guys' rooms as like, you sure? This is like your final chance. Do you really want to go through this wedding? Because take a look at her. Take a look at her and say you still want to get married at first sight.
I don't think they do that, but good try. Nice
There was
try.
a very pretty blonde woman just standing there.
Very blurry blonde woman just
Yeah.
standing there. I mean, she could have had.
Lindsay was the blurry blonde woman after all that
That's true.
champagne.
I mean, for all you know, this person could have had, I don't know, another head coming out of her head. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Found it very strange. I would like answers. If anyone knows, call in. Let us know, because she wasn't part of the conversation.
No,
It
she
wasn't
was
like,
just
oh, who's
standing
this
there.
pretty blonde friend? She was just in the corner.
I think she was a ghost.
Maybe. Okay. So Noi, she's at the hotel with her crew getting her makeup done. Her mom's there. Her only hope, I hope the groom is tall, dark, and handsome, which Steve is.
Yeah.
Right?
I think they'll like each other.
Noi's mom goes, just remember, nobody's perfect. Accept
Mm-hmm.
each other, respect each other.
her accent. She's an accent. I have an accent.
Yeah. So really sweet moment between mother-daughter. And then Noi starts getting emotional, talking about bravery, how brave Steve is to go on Married at First Sight. And her friend's like, you're brave too, Noi. You're brave too. Don't sell yourself short. So got emotional. It was sweet. Noi comes out to show the finished product. She looks good.
Mm-hmm. And Nosy is ready to hit the dance floor.
Noisy.
Not nosy?
No, noisy.
Oh, Noisy is ready to hit the dance floor.
Well, not just yet. There are some waterworks. She also sheds several tears.
That's right.
I appreciate the tears because to me, if you were just in this for the Insta fame, if you were in this for the clout, you wouldn't cry. You'd be like, nah, it's going to be over in 8 weeks.
I don't think if I have to guess, if any of these guys might be in there for Insta, maybe Olajuwon.
Yeah, Isaac.
Maybe Alyssa. Isn't she a social media manager?
Yeah. But when you're shedding tears, I'm like, oh, wow, you're taking this seriously. You know what this means. You understand this commitment.
For sure. So back to the altar.
Yep, they're at the venue.
Yeah, Steve is at the altar and Noi's mom says, so handsome.
Yeah. Which is
great.
Little shout out from mom.
Yeah, she knows her daughter, so.
Speaking of mom and altar and spouses, no greetings of the parents.
Right.
Although there's really no parents this season.
Well, there's the mom.
There's this.
No.
Well, maybe Steve will.
Yeah.
Well, Steve didn't greet her. He
didn't, yeah.
Yeah, in past seasons, there's always this really nice moment when they go and say, hey, I'm so-and-so.
They can also cut it out because we saw it at some people and some people do it, some people don't. And I think they cut it out.
Potentially. But it always struck me. I was like, wow, that's really respectable. I really like that you do that.
I feel like they do it. It's just they're probably going to be standing there for a while and.
Yeah. Okay. Let's make these people look like assholes.
Let's do it.
All right. Last but not least, speaking of assholes, Alyssa, Chris. And I am sure Lindsay cannot wait for Alyssa to get some more screen time because I'm sure once Alyssa becomes a focus of the show, we're all going to shift our judginess and hate to her. And Lindsay's going to be off the hot seat for a little while.
I don't judge Lindsay. I just think she partied a little too hard. A little too early.
Everyone's judging Lindsay on social media.
Listen, all I say is that, yes, she talks a lot. She's a lot. She seems like she's a lot to handle.
She's a lot.
Her mistake was getting drunk so early on.
Right.
Getting drunk, being drunk at the altar, especially with a stranger, or even if it's your life partner that you've been together for a while, that's not the time to be wasted. That literally is not. That's trashy. That's if you pay money for the wedding, you spend thousands of dollars and you're gonna be hammered.
Yeah. Oh, it's a bad look. It's a bad first impression.
Yeah.
And she also did something at the bachelorette party, right? When she was like, oh, Jasmine is so nice.
Yeah.
Who's that other one? Right?
Yeah.
That was a little shitty.
Oh, they definitely don't like each other. But I'm saying Lindsay and Alyssa, they both kind of talked some shit about each other.
Okay.
But yes, as you said, everyone's giving Lindsay the shits on social media. I don't think it was too bad. She was wasted 100%. She was wild 100%. But besides that, she's just being herself.
Yeah, I'm just saying, all the attention right now is on Lindsay.
Yeah.
No one's really talking.
Let's wait for Alyssa.
Right, no one's really talking poorly about anyone but her.
She has a resting bitch face all
strong,
the time.
Strong RBF. Yeah, so she's dress shopping. And she's like, I'm not an extremely high maintenance person.
Oh, my God. And
Wait, what?
No, yes, I don't like it. Move. No, this is not what I want. It's like, oh, my gosh.
Wait, what? You have 10 dresses in your trunk.
And that's what she just actually told us once again because we heard it before on the previews. But 10 dresses and you're still being extremely picky.
She's also a little bit of a woo-woo person.
What does it even mean?
She's like, oh, you need to put into the universe what you want. You got to manifest it.
Oh.
Manifest it. Right? A little woo-woo here. So she's trying on her dresses and she comes out in her first dress. Little too Hillary Clinton for me.
Nah, I didn't like it.
I think my mom wore that dress for my bar mitzvah.
No, that dress wasn't good. However, her golden cowboy boots.
Ooh.
It's like How I Met Your Mother.
I kind of like them. Oh, Ted's red shoes, Ted's red boots.
I mean,
He's like
it's
pulling
a vibe.
them off.
I guess it's a vibe. It's something. She loves the horses. Now she loves the country. So
Lindsay
I think that's a vibe.
Lindsay will freak if she saw those country boots.
I'm going to say pulling them off.
Pulling them off. Yeah. So then she comes out in the next dress. I think it's one she bought. One of her 10.
Is it?
I think so. Here's why it's a red flag for me. If you need to buy 10 dresses to find one you like, I doubt you're going to be happy with the one person that the experts put you with. That's why I'm like, she seems too picky for this show.
I totally agree.
So then she comes out in her third dress. That's the one.
And she's just hoping that her soon-to-be husband will go a little country, maybe like a dark blue suit, no tie, a little wild, maybe country boots.
Yeah, I'm not high maintenance, but here's the checklist for him.
I mean, luckily, Chris is doing it. He's getting a blue suit. Finally, someone.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care about the color as much as the cut.
Wait a minute. Did Steve or Steven, did he get a blue suit?
Yeah, I think he just went with his first suit.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, 2 blue suits.
They
Love
didn't
it.
make a big deal. Yeah, Chris was like, I care about the cut, the fit. Like,
Quality.
if I can throw a Frisbee in it, I'll be happy, right? If I have easy access to my disc, I'll be pretty happy. The color doesn't really matter too much.
Listen, having a hobby, there's nothing wrong with that.
Unless
Look at what we do.
Unless it's disc golf.
Look what you and I podcast.
We have
as a
so many
hobby.
more hobbies, though. If we were on a reality show, I don't think the first thing you would see us doing would be podcasting.
I think we would. That's how we get more followers
That's
and
true.
listeners.
I take that back. And speaking of that, guys, that's the end of the episode. Make sure you guys follow the podcast wherever you're listening.
Spread the love.
So easy to do. Look down and smash that follow button.
Smash it like it's super duper hot.
Okay. Make sure you guys are following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Also, make sure you guys leave a review if you haven't. It means a lot to us and it helps the pod get out there. If it's a 5-star review, we'll read it on our main podcast, which is the 90-day podcast. And also, we got some merch. If you guys are into that sort of thing, marriedtorealitypodcast.com. There's a button for the store. We got shirts, hoodies, glasses, all sorts of cool stuff. Check it out.
Check it out, guys.
There is a promo code, actually, ending.
Tomorrow.
Maybe it's ended by the time you listen to this if you are slow to press play. I think it's going to run through Friday, maybe until Saturday morning.
Maybe.
14% off when you use the promo code MAFS. That's all caps, MAFS. Again,
Married at first sight.
but don't spell it out. Just do MAFS.
Yeah, MAFS.
You'll get 14% off to celebrate the 14th season. All right. That is it. We have said it all. Have you said it all?
Oh my gosh, I've said it all.
You've said more than enough. All right. Me too. That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.